Okay, so hi Nikki. So we record this for you. Yeah, and we will show you so that you have the information you can watch whenever it fits to you. And I hope you are resting well. Okay, let's look into the 3 days first. How 3 days look like. So we started Friday and we end Friday at 10 o'clock and we end Sunday 3 p.m. and we have we call it dialogue. Yeah, dialogue is coming from David Bohm. I don't know if you're familiar with David Bohm and dialogue, where it's an essay about this, and it's about when we come together and share. It's not about discussion where one is trying to let's say, okay, it's or convince the other. It's more about we are bringing all the knowledge together to create from there to create a new understanding of what it is. So there's not like opposing each other, more like inviting to share. And so we will have a dialogue on framework of consciousness. Then we will explore the multi-dimensional perspective on that, which means that also we will look into it how we are actually wherever we are in the dimension we are looking at this. For example, our perspective, our systems, which we are holding through our culture, family, language, our history, ancestors, as well as what is our job. All of this, what is our gender, sexuality, all of this are somehow creating some system, and we are looking at the world from the system. So this brings us to the very, very main question is, what is truth? What is real? And this is a question we explore in this through either through experience as also through some philosophical um, thoughts we are looking into, or at least we are sharing this. Then we're gonna share about the main body functions which are influenced while in a dance. For example, why is it even working? Yeah, the playlist. How is it working and why is it working? What is happening in your body? How is the body mind connected? What is happening in the brain? And we are also looking into, for example, depends on uh, how what is there in the group. We also look into addiction, for example. What is addiction? Or what is abundance, for example, or rejection? What is what is other specific, even what is trauma, or how do we look at trauma, and when this is there present in the group. For us, it is important that we have a plan, and quite a clear plan. At the same time, also, when we come together on Friday morning, we let go of the whole plan and see what is coming through this, so that at the same time we have an intention, and but also we are allowing the space to speak to us, and then we also give time to practice, so that we can practice on each other. um, for example, also not only to lay down but also to look into it, how does it feels to facilitate, so that it is changing to some perspective. It's also when this is in the group present. So, and what are the, let's say, the mapping in the body, which we know so far. And here is a bit more detailed plan. You can see here that we have already if you are coming far from Bornheim, you can already arrive at 9 o'clock. And we will have, including in the price, we also have included lunch on Friday, and dinner on Friday, and breakfast, lunch, dinner on Saturday, and breakfast and lunch on Sunday, so that we are also having time, like 1.5 hours for lunch. You can have your food with all of it together. Also, you can take your time. And then we have different modules on different topics. And we also have sessions where you can lay down. And we start at 7 o'clock at second day. This is a session. If you are living close by, you can come and lay down. It's really sounds like, wow, it's a strong program, 7 o'clock, but this is at the end, it looks like it really goes fast, and we are all the time like, oh my God, we could have another day. We could do another day. That's why we really want to. Yeah, we enjoy this doing. We really love it to share the knowledge and the space, and to have an exchange with all of you. That give us that's something is firing us inside, and this is like that's like self-sustainable flame of energy, and so we want to give as much as possible, and and also like we want to give as much as possible, also as much as we can give freely from heart. So this is the plan, and but also, for example, if you are far away and if you don't want to be in the morning session, you feel like, oh, I want to come later. It's possible, it's not like that you have to. You can arrange. You can come later to the modules, but we recommend to come to the modules definitely starting at 10. But also the morning session would be nice. So, any questions so far on this? Okay, good. Then, so we have we, the price is 999. It is for the training from Friday to Sunday, plus the food and snacks in between, and tea and coffee and stuff like that. The accommodation is not part of it. But within the place where we are holding this training, there are also space to so if you want to stay overnight, so you can book a space there. But then for this, I think I will give over to Sophie, and for other information, definitely.
Yes, for the place where you can sleep, it's in an abbey that they have renovated. So we rent the place upstairs. It's a loft. It's a really beautiful loft with wooden floors. And just below on the first floor, there are rooms. If you share the room, it's like, I think, 30, 40 euros a night if you share it. Otherwise, it's less or more. I'm not quite sure anymore about the prices because the website has been offline for a while now. 80, 85. Downstairs, there's where you can eat. Hilde is, maybe you know her, Lisbeth, Hilde Brullemans. She is the one doing all of the food. But I just wanted to add on something about the program because, when my real healing process started was when I started facilitating. So there is something in holding other bodies about, like, as Ahilan said, at the end, we're one, that by seeing the other person, you're healing yourself. So don't be afraid about of holding other bodies. And inner dance, you can never do something wrong. It's about you. So yeah, about the food, and if you want to stay at the abbey to sleep, please send me a message because there's a problem with the website. Hilda has been trying to arrange it since forever with the website guy, but it's just frustrated because it was still not possible. So if you want to share room, or if you want to have a room, just send me a private message, and then I can arrange that for you. Oh yeah, and the food is vegan or vegetarian. And if you have some intolerances, allergies, you can just let us know.
Yeah, this is really something you touch base on, Sophie, is about facilitation and facilitating, where there's a different kind of mirroring process happening for us, where suddenly we can see ourselves from a detached space, while we are seeing, when we see the body, we are seeing actually ourselves. And that what is like, even when I speak right now, that, or if you're listening to me, there's that what is receiving you and reaching you is that you who speak through you to through me to you, because that's what is receiving and processing the information is inside you. So similarly, when we facilitate, it is something about that we are facilitating ourselves, even though when we are trying to do a lot to facilitate and to create this teacher-student dynamics, but at the end we are facilitating ourselves, and that's what how the healing is happening for the facilitator as well as also facilitate. So there is we are really going into looking into those dynamics of power dynamics and how we can look into it and also break the wave, because the point about the power dynamic is something which is something big thing which you can really the biggest thing you can give to many people, most people, is independence. And independence is like autonomy, being autonomous, not dependent. And those systems in the power dynamic, they are creating something to be dependent, which is uh, again, this is something which exists there, and we are also part of it, and we can look at this, how we are dealing with it, and how we are we conscious about this, and also we are looking into it, how do we want to create it for ourselves, and how can we create the space where this is not there, so that we can meet all together, heart open, from eye to eye, that we can see each other and we can show who we are without everything to be allowed. So the facilitation process is, that's why it is really going deep. It is changing. If you remove the structures, if you remove the levels, and if you become the one with the entire space, then there is something deeply process happening. So we are opening this weekend also for you to go into the facilitation process and to observe very carefully with a lot of love and compassion what is happening inside you. We are not saying that you are, after the weekend, you are the facilitator ready to facilitate. This is not, we cannot say that. I don't want to, I'm not going to give you any certificate saying you are ready to facilitate. Yes, we are fine to create the certificates. You can maybe participate if you want, if it makes any sense. But the moment when you are ready, you are going to decide if you are going to facilitate, if you are ready to hold another person. And that's the independence we want to give it to you. And that's the independence I also want to give it to myself and give it to all the others, and to Sophie and to me and to all of you. And we all of us. Yeah. Thank you for that's really beautiful.
That was one of the biggest paradigms for me to break. The that I can choose for myself, that I can take responsibility for myself, that what somebody else said, what we were used to, like our father and mother, the priest, the doctor, that we just believe without asking questions about how does this feel for ourselves. And so this for me was a big paradigm that I think I have broken, thanks to the study of inner dance, of to take back the responsibility of all of me. So I wish, and this is a very, for me, it's an important part in the facilitation I do, but also in the trainings we hold. So it's not we as a teacher, it's us, always us co-creating.
So we're going to look also into neuroscience, into philosophy, into psychology, into the history of the last centuries a bit. If this is coming up, how does it also influence? And into spirituality, and sometimes also into religious part, which are also coming up. Yeah, in form from archetypes, so and many other things. We're going to be in a former abbey, which is a religious institution or was a religious institution, which is really interesting. So we're going to look into in many different parts, as well as into the music and how does it influence us, and touch and the body mapping, and also how to, if so one of the another thing which is also interesting is to how to bring this space to spaces, to systems which are in need, which where we are working on, where we for like in our family, in our it's beautiful to have it in a workshop session set up in a yoga room, yoga shala. That's an important space, definitely. But how it could be if we bring it to where we work, there will be like, let's say in our office, in at home, to kids in the school, to whatever you think of, and this is not something we are planning in a way like, okay, we want to go at there. It's more about who is there, and that person is going to open up a door and go there. It's really, we are here to support whatever you want to do, and if you feel to do, to bring this to your community, however your community look like. We want to support that. Yeah.
Yeah, that I was telling to Elke too by message. It's not something that is ready. It's something that's always developing. It's always in development. Like last year, I think, or 2 years ago, we started with innerdance in South Africa in addiction clinics with very good results. It has been in Manila in the prison system since forever, I think. In Scotland, it has been with the men's prison since 1 year, and now it's entering the women's prison. In Belgium, it's in the school system and in the refugee center. And now a woman from the women prison, the coordinator, called me to have another chat for the. I don't know if you already knew it, Ahilan, but told it yesterday during the 3 month intensive. But she let us know that she is thinking about, or she is looking for ways to bring it in the prison system too. So that's why we need to translate the energy you have felt, like when Soraya said, I felt like pain leaving the body, or Elke too, or all those things. We need to translate this, because you cannot enter in an official institution saying like, okay, something happened, but we cannot explain it. If we want to help all of the really needed people, we need to explain it, we need to translate it. And that's why we study inner dance, because inner dance offers the study to help us to open doors for people really in need.
So do you have any questions? Okay, so if you feel like joining the training, message us. We will send you a link to register. And after the registration, we will also send you a link to fill out this form with more information about you so that we can design a bit more of what is also going to come to the weekend, and we can prepare something. So we also know the group. There are two dates for the training. One is on the start on the 22nd of November, and it goes from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The next one starts 29th, 30th, and 1st of December. So you can register for both of them. You can decide. We will share with you the link. Yeah, maybe we can share the link already now. You don't need to comment. Yeah, I think it's good.
I have maybe two questions.
Yes.
If it's okay. The
Sure.
first question, because I looked to the Instagram page of Sophie, of course, a little bit after my experience, and I saw the training that you're explaining, and I also saw a retreat. It is a totally different thing, I suppose, because you did a retreat, no, also.
Yes, we did
we
this
did
summer.
one.
We did
Yeah.
a retreat. Yeah.
Okay. And the second question that I have, because now it is in the period of November, December, are you giving this opportunity also in 2025, or is it only in this time?
So the thing about inner dance is, which is in a way, I become inner dance, and we all become inner dance. At the end, let's remove inner dance, just say it live. Is it's curious and it is new, and so we are every time we are doing. There's no training the same. It's every time the different. We are changing here a bit and there a bit, and not because we want to change. It's like it's really like we are recreating it what is really needed in that moment. And so this is right now what we are offering.
Okay.
We are definitely going to work together for the next years, and we are offering
I'm
something
glad.
also next year. Yes,
Okay.
we are offering also next year something, but we don't have a schedule yet even.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And also one more thing, which is also very close to our heart, is that um, accessibility of this training. This should not be the contribution you give should not be the reason that you cannot join. If there is any personal issues you face regarding this, please contact us. We can always find a way, however the way looks like. It can be very, very personalized process to find a way for you to join. So please feel free to contact us without being in, yeah, the important part of it. Okay, I think you will find in the chat the inner dance training.
Yes, you can change
page.
language. It's in the 3 languages, in Flemish, in Dutch, French, and English. This is the English one.
So if you want to train, but also we can send it to you afterwards. I think, Sophie, you have hopefully all the contacts, no? Okay.
I
Good.
have them.
Okay. Good. Okay. That's it for me. If you want to add anything, Sophie, before we closing.
No, I'm so grateful for it has been 1 hour and a half that we have been talking you about listening. But if you have any questions, if you want to, we can send you also the recording so you can watch it. So if you have more questions, we're so available. And don't forget, tomorrow it's his birthday.
I'm not the big birthday celebrator with
You don't
but
want that
Sophie
we
is not
sing.
Sophie is not allowing that. So she's going public. It's fine. And yeah, feel free. Also, even if you don't, if you should not join the training or whatever, please, if there is anything you feel like contacting us, feel free at any time. I think it's this moment while we are coming together is for me a special moment. It's not only about talking about the training. It's also more about knowing you and getting to know you. And so thank you for having this time together and opening yourself up to be here and to meet you at one day, either at the training or somewhere else. A lot of love. Bye.
Bye bye.